It's what we're all here for. She's the Grammy award-winning singer, songwriter. Name your favorite song by Chrisette Michele.
We're talking about things like self-love, and we're talking a lot about prayer, because I think a lot of people are wondering how to do it in a time like this, and so we're kind of opening up the doors for that conversation too.
Wow. So what were some of the tools that assisted you in your evolution?
Gosh, well, I'm old now.
Wait a minute, then I must be dead.
No, you're not dead. You're definitely not dead, but in other words, my evolution started when I was 0, so I don't want to start at
Let's go there.
So what happened? Which diapers was you wearing at 6 months? But no, my evolution in the music business, it's been about 14 years now. And so I think the major tool in the music industry for me was having my family. My mother and my father having my back, my brothers, my cousins being my security, my family writing with me, and traveling with me around the world. My family has really been a major tool. My mother's with me tonight. She's usually by my side.
Mama Payne. Say, hey, Mama Payne.
Yeah, so keeping my family next to me, keeping people who really know who I am. Because when you meet thousands of people a week, sometimes you wonder if anybody got to know you, if they could actually understand anything you said. And so when you have your family next to you, you feel grounded.
That's good stuff. Clap it up. That's good stuff to have your family with you. Because in today's society, we don't know what family is. We were having a conversation the other day. Where are the big moms? Where are the nanas anymore who really have your back? So to have your family with you, that is a blessing to make you through it all.
Definitely.
All right, so how does it feel to be single again after that commitment of marriage?
It feels fantastic. I'm going to just say, if you're asking about the feeling. But you know, sometimes we go through things that are really uncomfortable, and when we come out of them, people are saying, I'm sorry that you're in this situation. But really, I think it's exciting to be able to say that I ran from something that wasn't good for me. Do you know what I mean? A lot of times we get upset when it's over. Do you know? But I want people to know, or I say to my friends, well, sis, I was upset while I was in it. Now we can celebrate.
I'm free.
I'm free. There's freedom there. So it's exciting to have freedom. And a lot of times people will feel bad for you, or they'll say, oh gosh, I'm sorry, or this or that, the other. But I think when you go through something, you get to decide when you're done with it, and no one can tell you how to say that you're good. You get to say you're good when you're ready to say you're good.
Only when you're ready, not when someone else says that you're ready.
Yeah, but you ever get like a cut and you would keep rubbing it and it already has a scar. It's like, is it okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
You okay?
Yeah.
You sure you're okay?
Yeah.
You really, yeah.
Yeah, no, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you, because I had to go through a divorce too. And I understand that, especially for the folks who are still married.
Yeah, I wonder often with women, if we, when we're ready to leave something, if we leave before we say goodbye.
A couple of your television interviews, sincerely, you thought that you were going to be that person, finally, as a songstress, to bring our communities together. And it didn't happen. So what happened?
And that, when we were approached with the opportunity or not opportunity to sing at a time when the country was in a lot of turmoil, we had thought that we need to figure something out that we could give to mend broken hearts, to bring people together. It was a really ugly time for me as well. I was in turmoil too. And so I called Jonathan McReynolds, I called Travis Green, and I called Ty Tribbett. And I said, remember that performance we did on BET at for the Gospel Awards? Can we recreate that? Can we recreate that? Because in that moment when we did it on television, it felt so uplifting. And so when we got to the inaugural ball, our minds were set on having a moment where at least we could demonstrate that joy, that peace again, and sing the words that all things will work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called to his purpose. Those are the words in the song we sang.
And a lot of times when your heart is in the right place, you don't discriminate from doing a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, when your heart is in the right place, right, you don't say, oh, I'm going to be a good person over here, but not over there. But now I do. Now I do. You know, the word says, don't cast your pearls amongst swine. And you don't take that to heart until you make a mistake and say, well, maybe maybe just these folks over here. Maybe, and you know, when you're a kid.
That was meant for me too?
Maybe, you know, yeah, that was meant for you. Because when you're growing up in the church, you see, you know, the old folks, the grown folks, they go everywhere. And so you think that's what you're supposed to do. But you just have to be wise. You have to be wise. So I'm grateful that I've learned that wisdom. I'm grateful that I'm brave enough to say that I can still love and not be afraid to love people again. And I'm also grateful to know where to spend my time, because it gives me more time with myself, and I can give some of that love to myself, and it'd be even better when I give it to other people.
Clap it up.
Yeah.
Because, you know, just imagining me being a radio announcer and making some type of decision to do that, and your social media followers, they can either be a blessing or they can be a burden to you. And then, I mean, report after report after report, and you had some really dark days.
Well, I want to say this. You cannot watch everything people say about you.
Yeah.
And you can't ingest every word that people send to you. Sometimes in life you have to close your ears and your eyes and just only look up and be reminded by the source what your name actually is, and then repeat that to yourself. And people will continue to speak until they're healed. So your prayer in that moment is, God, just heal my people, because I am just a landing place in this moment. I didn't elect this man, and I didn't create this atmosphere. So if people need to land here and it feels like it's on me, I'm not gonna take that personal, because there are millions of people and I'm only one person. So God is much bigger than me. So I just made, honestly, an altar in that time and just stayed before it, because I would have lost it if I listened to everything everybody had to say. So I couldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to myself. You may not have heard it, but if you haven't, I'll sing it for you tonight. It's called Out of Control. And you gotta blast it, because it's a real, it's a kind of a soft track. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm out of control. Look after my soul, 'cause this world is breaking me. I'm losing my flow. Where is my mind? Did I leave it behind? Somewhere between a crazy and a crazy moment, I lost track of time. And I've been bad, so bad, fussing and plain misbehaving, nothing but complaining and stress and blue. I know I live, but I'm just so confused. Call me blessed, they don't know how bad I cry and die every night. I could lose it, almost lost it, but I'm right on the edge. Pull me back, 'cause I'm out of control. Look after my soul. Why? 'Cause this world is working me. I'm losing my flow. Where is my mind? Did I leave it behind? Somewhere between a crazy and a crazy moment, I lost track of time. Listen, and I know God forgives, but how can I forgive myself? How I treated myself? I ain't been my own friend, ain't followed a dream or a prayer since the good Lord knows when. Trust me, I know the truth. Raised by a preacher and born on a pew. I'm not perfect, yeah, I know it, but I'm crazy, crazy. I lost track of time. Can I stand up?
That is beautiful.
Tell me your name.
Paris.
It's good to meet you. Thank you. This is beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh wow. Okay, cool. I don't wanna touch it, but it's gorgeous. She said she painted this live tonight. Y'all saw?
Yeah, she was right in
It's
the back.
absolutely outstanding. Thank you, Paris. Never forget. She had an auntie with her, and I think her mom was with her. Three sisters. Sometimes you can work it out. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you're forced to watch everything fall apart inside of your hands. Sometimes living is easy, and sometimes it ain't. Sometimes it hurts to know the love in your hand is slowly fading away. Tell you what, you can stay He been trying to reach me for a long time, so for years. So for 10 years. So when he finally called my mama, let me tell y'all about a sister mama. Sister mamas love sons. They love our young black brothers the same way that you were describing earlier. We love our brothers. And when they call, we don't mind picking up the phone. We don't care who's not picking it up, but we don't mind picking it up. So one thing I love about my mother being on my team is she don't just pick up agency calls and our calls. She picks up calls from our own folks, and we get to make community together. So a big shout out to my mama and to the Woody Foundation for making this happen. This is all about family and love. So thank you, Woody. You're welcome. You're welcome.
And we just want to thank the Woody Foundation, and all proceeds from this evening will support children. Not only our typical children, but at-risk children for back to school and housing and everything they need. So we definitely put some purpose in this party. So give it up once again for the Woody Foundation. Yeah.
I got a surprise for you. A portion of everybody ticket in here, we will send 2 kids to count for you.
Oh my God, thank you, what? Oh my God. Thank you so much. The gift keeps going and going and going. Yeah. And investing back in our communities. And I think everything that you're doing with the community conversations all across the U.S., you are doing something that others will not take out the time to do. And I think that's what's needed. And
I'm only asking for forever. I'm the only one, you're the only one. Together till never, but just a couple of forever. I'm only asking for forever. I'm the only one, you're the only one. Together till never. It can get hard, it gets rough, it can get crazy, but not for us, 'cause we got the struggle just to stay alive. You and me are united armor, nothing can stop love from yeah. And I'm not asking for much, just a couple of forever. I'm only asking for forever, baby. 'Cause I'm the only one, you're the only one. You see the stars from above. It's so blinding, there's no denying you and me. Just a couple of I just wanna be with my baby for the rest of my life. I just want my Richmond for a couple of forever. I love you guys. Still, God bless you. Peace.
Chrisette Michele, y'all.
They can stay a party if they